Outlet Liquor is your place to buy a case. Stock up and save when you shop the lowest prices available every day at Outlet Liquor. You never have to wait for a sale. The more you buy, the more you save. Only at Outlet Liquor.
What's your outlet?
Welcome, everybody, to I'll Hang Up and Listen. Big win today in a matinee matchup for the Buffalo Sabres, 6-3 against the Anaheim Ducks. They plucked the Ducks, both Peyton and Krebs, 2 goals apiece, and Ryan Miller with a pretty cool ceremonial puck drop, which we'll show you here very shortly. I don't want to keep you guys for too long just because, obviously, big playoff game with matchup implications tied into it. Going on right now between the Jaguars and the Chiefs. I'm sure everybody is at least, Bills fans, at least if we're concerned, are definitely interested in watching that. I know I will be. But yeah, a great game today from the Buffalo Sabres. I've been saying it for a couple weeks. I would like to see Peyton Krebs get more opportunities. Hopefully today, after today, he does. 2 goals, I think, being on that line with Okposo and Girgensons has done his game out pretty good. And I'd actually like to see them move Casey Middlestat down to that line, not as like a demotion, because I don't think he's played very bad, but I think it would help his game too, just in almost the same way, same sense that it's helped Peyton Krebs with how cold he started the season. And now he's really come on, got himself a fight, was an assist away from the Gordie-Howe hat trick as well. Just, a lot to be, happy about with today's performance from the Buffalo Sabres. And, Ukko-Pekka Luukkonen with another win. I just, the energy in that arena today was off the charts, absolutely off the charts. And, Ryan Miller, and he did an interview, at intermission, and he made some comments, which I'll show here very shortly as well, about maybe his future in hockey. What he wants to be a dad right now and, be a family man, which, I mean, he has a 9-month-old daughter, a 9-month-old daughter. You have to expect that, and another for me, it's, maybe down the line, I know, the words goalie coach gets thrown out a lot, but I have seen him in a management role for a long time. He is, that's what he's built for. If you've ever listened to post-game interviews with him, the way he talks about the game, the way he sees the game, the way he analyzes the game, for me, and not even just from a goaltender's perspective, just the game as a whole, I've always saw him in like some type of management role for sure. And, I think that is definitely something that's lined up for him maybe down the line, maybe here in Buffalo, who knows? I hope so. It'd be awesome. But again, we'll go here through the box score real fast, and I'll get to some of the pictures and and of course the videos from today's game too. And just again, a really good vibe in the arena today. 6-3 win, second win in the row for Buffalo. Victor Olofsson on a 3-game goal streak. I know this is another multi-game point streak for Jeff Skinner as well. I think I don't know how many times he's done it this year. I saw a tweet about it earlier, but a big day for Lyubushkin too. 3 assists. Good for him. He's been a very up and down season, more valleys than peaks, so to speak. But it's good to see him, have a 3-point game in the high scoring affair on the second day of Ryan Miller celebrations. Dahlin with 2 assists. Peyton Krebs with 2 goals. Victor Olofsson with 2 goals. Alex Tuch with a pair of assists. Dylan Cousins open scoring with a beautiful goal. Tyson Yost, again, a player that's been very productive for Buffalo ever since they signed him off waivers, with an assist. Okposo with an assist. Owen Power with an assist, and Tage Thompson with an assist. I heard I saw something about, again, I actually left during the second period because Ryan Miller was actually doing like a meet and greet at Resurgence Brewery from, I think it was, excuse me, from 2 to 5. He might still even be there. So I went down there to get a few things signed and, shake his hand, and actually gave him a Buffalo Strong tournament jersey as well, just because I felt like that would be something that he would have supported when he was in Buffalo. For those who don't know, the charity event that I ran in December, supporting the families that were affected by the Buffalo Top shooting, last May. I'm hoping that, we have the money delegated, on the 26th. I've been speaking with Pastor Giles from the city, and there's a community outreach event that I plan on attending, where I think finally we can get that all sorted out and, make the announcement, which I'm excited to do. But anyways, Ukko-Pekka Luukkonen with 34 saves on 37 shots. Again, more timely saves for the young Finnish goaltender. He made the saves when they counted. I thought that second goal was a little bit of a stinker. The Zegras goal, going top shelf, shorthand side. I think UPL needs to trust his defenseman there. I know he was playing the pass a little bit. He cheated over, and he opened himself up short side. You need to stay square to the puck there. And cover your post. You need to have faith and trust in your defenseman there to take the pass. If he does that, that goal never goes in. Strap that never goes in. You don't make Zegras look like a superstar. And then Zegras had another goal tonight as well, and their box score was Zegras with 2 goals and an assist. Nathan Beaulieu with an assist. Benoit with a goal. Comtos with an assist. Adam Henrique with an assist, Ryan Strome with an assist, and a fight with Peyton Krebs. Still, Peyton Krebs has the most fights on the team this year. That's insane. But yeah, it was a fun-filled night, and I leave that game with questions. I almost tweeted it out earlier. I said, I'm between a rock and a hard place on Victor Olofsson, because a week ago, or even 2 weeks ago, a week or two ago, I was ready. Just let's get the value while it's at its highest, right? Like, you need a defenseman to play with power. Maybe you need more help at center. Victor Olofsson, was trending to be, a 25 goal scorer this season. Now, just this pace he's playing at, he's scoring 5-on-5 goals. He's scoring goals at even strength. He may not be like the greatest skater. He may not be the guy who you would depend on for zone entries, but he's a finisher. He scores. So I'm between a rock and a hard place with him, because you need to score goals. You're the highest scoring team in the league. And when you score at the click, sometimes the click you do 4+ goals, you tend to win a lot. So do you give up a 30 goal scorer in Victor Olofsson to help your blue line or help you down the middle? Like, do you give up those goals to help you in other places where you do need help? Or to get the help that you do need in those areas, are you going to sacrifice other assets like draft picks or weaponizing your cap space? However you choose to do that. I don't know. There's definitely different ways you can go about it. And now I'm a little bit more hesitant, or I shouldn't say hesitant. I'm still in favor of trading him, because at the end of the day, I think he has 1 year left on his deal. But I mean, you could cash in pretty big for him right now. Like, he's trending towards 30 or more goals this season. And that goes for a really pretty penny at the deadline. Obviously, 20 goals, and I think he has 6 assists. Obviously, he's a very one-dimensional goal scorer. He's not a playmaker. That's for certain. His line mates are looking for him when they're out there, with control of the puck in the offensive zone. They're looking to get the puck to him. Yeah, I'm not as, gung ho about it as I used to be. And again, a month ago, if you would have told me they held on to Olofsson at the deadline, I would have been angry. Maybe not so much anymore. I don't know. It's tough. If they trade him, I'm okay with it. If they don't trade him, I'm okay with it at this point. Unless his game takes an extreme nosedive between now and then. I don't know. Casey Middlestad he isn't driving me nuts either. There are moments in games where, the softness of his game does show through. He gets banged off pucks, Happened once in the first period today where it might have been Terry. I forget. I think his name is Terry. Kind of knocked him on a puck pretty easily on the boards. Just rubbed him out, took the puck off his stick, and they went up ice. And like it's that kind of stuff that bugs me because they think the offensive ability is always going to be there. Like he has hands, he has a decent shot. He's just a soft hockey player. He's not a physical hockey player. For me, that's what drives me nuts about Casey Middlestat. That's why I think one of the next moves that Don Granato makes is maybe you do with him what you did with Peyton Krebs and send him down to that Okposo-Girgensons line. I mean, why not? You would hope for the same result, right? That's what I would hope for. I would hope that, you get, I would hope that you get the same result and he comes out of that a different player, much like you did with Peyton Krebs. So, I don't know. For me, I look at that as maybe the next move you make in terms of if you shift lines around. That top line of Tage Thompson, Alex Tuch, and Jeff Skinner is a top 3 line in the NHL. Like I don't know. I'm just all about keeping that first line together. Even with Tage Thompson going on a little bit of a cold streak here, if that's what you want to call it. I know he's only had 1 goal in his last 5 games. But I mean, he's going to find his rhythm back and he's going to start scoring at an insane clip again. It's going to happen. Don't worry. Tuch just continues to be a contributor. Skinner continues to be a contributor. Another multi-game point streak for him. It's just finding the consistency out of your bottom 6. I had a conversation with a guy I used to coach with last night. Me and all the guys I used to coach with. Casey Walters, Tom Grupp, and Pat Davis. We were at Pat's house. He's got this amazing golf simulator in his garage. We were hitting golf balls, and we are just talking about the importance of your bottom 6. You look at any NHL team that has sustained success. You look at your Pittsburgh Penguins. You look at your more recent than that, your Tampa Bay Lightning. Like, look at the bottom 6 lines they had, the bottom 6 players and the bottom 2 lines they had when they were making the cup runs. They were winning cups. Nick Paul, Blake Coleman, Barclay Goodrow, like these players that contributed at a consistent basis, especially in the playoffs. Like those players, you need those guys. I think those guys are just as important as your top 2 lines, 100%. And I think that's where Buffalo lacks a little bit sometimes, is getting that consistency out of your bottom 6. Because sometimes, and maybe tonight isn't so much of as good of an example. I think tonight is a good example is where the top line wasn't your only contributor, where you were able to take over from your bottom 6. Because it was your 4th line. Peyton Krebs had 2 goals tonight. Olofsson had 2 goals today. That's what you need. You can't always depend on a top-heavy first line. You need your bottom 6 to contribute as well on a consistent basis. And I think you got that tonight, but you need that to be more of a consistent thing. And that's important if you want to be a playoff team, 100%. You're getting the goaltending finally, right? You're getting the goaltending. You got to shore up your blue line for sure. And then that, I think, is where, you make that next big jump to be a team to be dealt with come playoff time, where you come to the trade deadline, you're thinking about being buyers rather than sellers, or being one of those teams kind of in the middle. You're a little afraid to dive right in and, make that push for a playoff spot. But, you're willing to maybe buy something to improve your team a little bit. So we'll see what happens. I'm going to pull up a few pictures and videos here that I thought were awesome. I thought that were really cool. 1 second here. I want to give you one moment here before we let you guys go. There were some comments made by Miller between intermission. I want to share it all with you guys because I thought it was very little bit revealing, I guess. And another comment he made that I thought about the vibes of this current hockey team, this current Sabres team, that I thought was pretty cool as well. As you guys can notice, I've already I took down the Northeast from the 98-99 season, the Northeast champions, the Eastern Conference champions banner down and put up the Ryan Miller banner to hang up there with Dom Hasek and RJ. And then I'll show you the skateboard deck that I already had autographed by Hasek, but I decided to get autographed by the second best goalie in the history of the franchise, Ryan Miller. And then, of course, the Resurgence beer, the Ryan Miller beer. Make sure you guys try and get your hands on the Mills Pills from Resurgence Brewing Company. Proceeds go to the Steadfast Foundation. Make sure you get over there, pick yourself up a 4-pack. They sell for $20, going towards a great cause. Real quick to one comment here from the Peanut Gallery. Great game by the boys. Another great night for Ryan Miller. 2 for Victor, 2 for Krebs, who could have gotten a hat trick or a Gordie Howe hat trick. 4 tough games coming up. Got to get it done. 100%, man. You know, the schedule isn't getting very much easier. You're not always going to play Anaheim every night. You're not going to play the Isles all the time. Even though the Isles are in front of you in the standings, they struggle a lot too. So, for sure, you definitely have to get ready for, you know, a tough couple weeks here to come up. And with that point tonight, also Tage Thompson moves into 7th in the league in points with 16. He sits behind Erik Karlsson, Jason Robertson, David Pastrnak, Nikita Kucherov, Leon Draisaitl, and of course Connor McDavid, who already has 86 points on the season. He has having a remarkable historic season in Edmonton. Like a month ago, I would have said that even if Buffalo were to make the playoffs, that you'd have to consider Tage Thompson win the Hart Trophy because it's, you know, the most valuable player to your team. But, you know, barring injury or barring, you know, some complete nosedive by Connor McDavid, I don't know how he doesn't win it. You know, what he's doing this season is absolutely remarkable for sure. But yeah, we're going to bring up some cool stuff here real quick before I let you guys go. You know, for those watching on YouTube, make sure you subscribe to the YouTube channel, 2 Goalies, 1 Mic, you know, to check us out. You know, I appreciate anybody who subscribes, hits the like button, you know, does whatever. Let me bring those up for you real quick. Some of the cool pictures that we had. Right here from the ceremonial. It's pretty cool. The ceremonial face-off, the goalie face-off between Johnny Gibson, Craig Anderson, and of course Ryan Miller. Craig Anderson, who didn't play tonight. Look, man, look at his setup, dude. His pads are so sexy. I love his setup. And then John Gibson, 3 American goaltenders right there. And that's obviously, I think, the reason why they did this, to keep it 3 American goaltenders in there. Of course, Ryan Miller with his son, Bodie. And he's got a pretty cool story about Bodie that I'll share with you guys here in a second. You know, we'll stop sharing that. And then we'll go to the next video. This one was, hold on. We'll share some the videos that I thought were pretty cool to see during his you know, his intermission interview. Bring that up. Where is it? Let's see here. Window. Here we go. Share. We're gonna play this here for you.
Excited about that part. The team looks good. Can you stick around longer? You know, decade.
This is the comments he made about his future.
Yeah, I mean, that's what this is about, is to reconnect with the city. I like to be around more. And right now I'm enjoying my family time. We got a young baby, and Bodie's, you know, got a lot going on. Yeah. I want to be there for them, but I want to be there for Buffalo too. It's, you know, it's the place I love, and we're just feeling it out right now. Thank you. It's been an amazing week.
So I thought that was pretty revealing. Obviously, he's going to take time for his family right now, as he should. He has a 9-month-old at home. You know, he mentioned actually during his speech, his speech during his jersey retirement ceremony, that had it not been, you know, for his daughter being due in a few days, he would have been at the RJ jersey retirement ceremony as well. Very obviously very understandable. And then, I've said it like the start of this show. I've said it before. I think he is built for a management role in the NHL. Hopefully it's in Buffalo because I think he has a ton to offer, a ton of insight and a ton of positive things to offer. And no matter what role he plays, whether if I know since LaFontaine, the team has pretty much been adamantly against a president of hockey operations, but I could totally see Ryan Miller being a guy that could handle that job 100%. He has the insight, he has the knowledge, he is a student of the game. I couldn't think of a guy more better fit to help run this organization than Ryan Miller, in a role either above the GM or maybe working alongside the GM and Kevin Adams. So, and then there was another video here too that I want to bring up that I thought was pretty cool. It's a story he told about his son Bodie and Dylan Cousins that we'll bring up here as well. And just give me one moment.
Yeah, little moments like this. Bodie bringing the family around, he gets to see what this was all about. And it's not just folklore around the house. It's like, now we're really here and seeing it. Kaya's not going to remember, but it's great having her here. It was important for us and to have the whole family here. And I don't know, it's just great little things. Like Bodie last night, he was really nervous about coming down during overtime. I don't know, like I don't want to be around the guys. I'm a little nervous. What happens if they don't win? I'm like, well, we're here for the chance. What if they do win? It's gonna be awesome, right? And they pulled it off. And Cousins scores that big goal, and as they're coming off the ice, he sees Bodie, gives him a stick, the game-winning stick, game-winning puck, and it wasn't something that anyone told him to do. I was just pulled away doing something else. No one's around. There's just those two alone. Gives him the stick. New favorite player by far. And but it's great because I've seen more and more of that from the guys. They're really genuine. They're really great guys. And they seem like they have a good vibe with each other. It's giving me some flashbacks, right? It's like there's a lot of good things and a lot of good people. And I'm excited about that part. The team looks good.
So, yeah, like he made a lot of comparisons to the team he had here in Buffalo when it was Briere, Drury, Campbell, Andrew Peters, and Adam Mayer, Pat Coletta, Derek Roy, Thomas Vanek, Max, the whole squad, the vibes that were on that, the family feel that team gave us all. And, we went to games, the skill level was elite, but, they recognized how much this meant to us. And we showed our gratitude for it through the good times and the bad. So, I like hearing that from a guy like Ryan Miller because I think it speaks volumes. I don't think he would say things just to say them. And it's exciting. I think it's a really exciting time to be a Buffalo Sabre, really exciting time to be a Buffalo sports fan because it looks like the Sabres are on track to maybe end the drought this season, which before the season, most of us thought, maybe they're a wild card team, a team, not a wild card team, but a team kind of on the outside looking in a lot closer than what they've been in the last. Now we're really talking about them possibly being a playoff team this year. And that's an exciting thing. It's a very, very exciting thing. So bringing up their schedule here real quick, who they're playing next. I know they have the Leafs coming up fairly soon, which I hope is another goat head game because, I think how do you not play the Leafs in that jersey? Honestly, they have the Dallas Stars. They're in Dallas on Monday. Again, another very tough opponent. They are in St. Louis on Tuesday, so back to back. So I'd expect you to see Craig Anderson and UPL play either one of those two games. I would think they'd probably give the Blues to Anderson. Thursday, January 26th against the Winnipeg Jets, who, compared to where people thought they would be to start the season, they've turned things around. Connor Hellebuck is, one of the best goalies in the world. That'll be a tough game. On the road again, Saturday the 28th against the Wild. And they aren't home again until February 1st against Carolina. So, you have a little bit of a road trip here, 4-game road trip. Definitely a great bonding experience for the boys. Being on the road together. traveling together. Hopefully the vibes continue to get better with this team. And, you come out with a lot of points here and really put yourself in a position to call yourself a playoff team. That's what the hope is here. So I will, but of course I'll hang up and listen, guys. Remember, this has been brought to you by Outlet Liquor, the place to buy a case over on George Urban Boulevard. Buy a case from Outlet Liquor for all your Sabres game night and your Bills game day needs. Everybody knows I work for Monster Energy, or for you that don't know. And I had him sign a can of Monster that I thought was pretty cool. So there's that. I'll hang that put that right next to my Dominic Hasek one that I have somewhere over there. Somewhere up there. I got one signed by Hasek too. So with that being said, guys, I'll hang up and listen. You guys enjoy the rest of your weekend. Go Sabres. Go Bills on Sunday. Let's beat the piss out of the Bengals and, go meet what would you normally expect to be the Chiefs, but I haven't checked the score of right now of how the game is going in against Jacksonville, but I don't think Jacksonville is a team to take lightly. I think that's a good football team. So let's pull for the Jags here. Maybe we're playing the Jags at home and not at a neutral site in Atlanta, where we'd end up playing the Chiefs. So you guys have a good weekend. I'll hang up and listen. Let's go Buffalo.